Grange Grove, just outside Memorial Stadium in Champaign. It was rocking today. A concert going on. A lot of fun for homecoming here in Champaign, Illinois. Kevin Kugler alongside Matt Millen as we welcome you back to Memorial Stadium. No Corey Clement again today for Wisconsin. With more on that, we welcome in the third member of our crew, Lisa Byington.
Yeah, Kevin, he's just 3 weeks removed from the sports hernia surgery. He's actually still cleared to play and practiced all week, but it was a mutual decision by Clement, by the coaches, and by the trainers to not travel him today. He is watching this game here today. When I talked to his running backs coach, John Settle, he said he actually FaceTimed me and the other athletic trainers this morning. He wanted to show us that he was going through the appropriate treatments and the training and stuff going through today. I said, what are the chances we might see him next week against Rutgers? I got a smile and said, he's a New Jersey kid. He's going to do everything possible to get back.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. That game, of course, will be on BTN next weekend with the Badgers take on Rutgers. There's Paul Christ, has won 7 of the last 9, have the Badgers at Illinois, the head coach in his first year at Wisconsin as the head man. Trying to get it done on the road against an improving Illinois football team, and it'll be a tough task. It's going to be, I think, a really entertaining game today.
I think so, too. I think these teams are both very, very comparable in what they do. And I think both these coaches are excellent. I think Bill Cubitt has done a job. You can't even measure how good a job he's done with this group. He's got them believing. He's got them playing well.
Remember last week in Wisconsin's win, Andrew Endicott was injured. So there is Jack Russell, who will handle the kickoffs. Endicott, 9 touchbacks and 32 kickoffs this year. Russell, 1 touchback in 5 kickoffs. Now, he does have the wind to work with in this first quarter.
There's something wrong when you say, well, what's your kicker? That's a little Jack Russell. Something's wrong there. Feisty little guy.
D'Angelo Bentley is back. He's also feisty as Jack Russell drives this one, and we're underway. Bentley from the 5-yard line. D'Angelo Bentley with some blockers and decent field position for Illinois to start on first down. And there is Wes Lunt, the quarterback for the Fighting Illini, has not had an interception in 157 pass attempts. This is not an attempt to jinx Wes Lunt, but merely to point out that he's been very accurate of late.
He has been very accurate. You know, I didn't know what to expect watching Wes Lunt from a year ago to this year, but he has vastly improved. He is as smart as you can be at the line of scrimmage. Does a fantastic job getting him in the right play.
Geronimo Allison, the receiver, to the bottom of your screen on first down. And Vaughn trying to find some running room. Keyshawn Vaughn out near the 29. That's a 2-yard gain on the play for the freshman Keyshawn Vaughn, and it's a young man who fumbled on the first play down 6 late against Iowa and was very bummed out, as you might imagine, about that. But I'm going to keep an eye on him today and just see how he bounces back. Having a bye week certainly helped, and the support of his teammates helped as well. Vaughn again. Schobert met him first, and Vaughn pushing the pile to the 31. So back-to-back 2-yard runs leaves a 3rd and medium.
Yeah, and that's fine. But what they want to be able to do is they have to be able, if they're going to block everybody, you can't block everybody up. But the 2 guys they have to get blocked are Schobert 58 and Beagle 47 on the other side. They are very, very aware of their pass rushing skills and the kind of years that they're having. Both were having All-American type years, especially Schobert. It's him right down here. Keep your eyes on him.
3rd and 6. Wes Lunt, quick toss. Geronimo Allison reversing his field, and he's got the first down across the 40-yard line. That's already the 41st catch for Geronimo Allison as we check out our Auto Owners Insurance Impact players.
And we just got done talking about Geronimo Allison, the guy who has to be able to come through big for them in the passing game. And Beagle and Schobert have to have big games defensively, but also have to be blocked if this Illinois offense is going to have any success.
From the 42 on first down. Swing pass in the direction of Caleb Day, who's going to play on both sides of the ball a little bit today. TJ Edwards was out there in coverage, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, just a little bit. That's big picture stuff. Okay, the big picture for this Illinois offense is their offensive line is a kind of, it's solid, but it's not outstanding. You would think you'd give the advantage to the 2 rushers from Wisconsin. Off the edges out there. One to go deep is something you're going to hear all day. They don't have great speed. Geronimo Allison is a good receiver, but he lacks the really big speed to be able to blow the top off of coverage. Consequently, if you don't take shots, you end up playing in a 10-yard or 20-yard box.
So now 3rd and 10 at the 42. Lund with good protection to the sideline, and dragging the foot was Desmond Kane. He's got the first down at the Wisconsin 47.
None of that happens without the protection up front. They do an excellent job as you can take his, let's see if he gets his 1 foot down, which he does. The right foot was in when he had contact right there. See, the right foot is in, so that's a good catch. But that throw cannot be made without a nice pickup inside. They came with a blitz, and Illinois picked it up.
From the 47 off play action, Lunt looking deep this time and looking for Malik Turner, and the pass incomplete. Darius Hillary on the coverage.
You have to do that, though. You've got to stretch. You've got to get your defensive backs to be able to think they're going to take a shot. If you don't, you start playing in that 20-yard box, and you are very, very defendable. And so you take a couple shots, let them back off a little bit.
Tyler White, whose teammates call Gronk, limping to the sidelines and needing some help once he gets there to get to the bench. That got worse as he made it to the sideline. Day in motion gets the flip. Little stiff arm to get the edge. Caleb Day down near the 45-yard line. Pretty good work in the backfield to push Vince Beagle out of the way to get the edge there.
Yeah, Beagle did a nice job of trying that, hold that edge, but he was able to get that nice stiff arm and set up this 3rd and probably 8 or so. It could have been 3rd and 15.
Derek Tingle, you saw a moment ago, limping to the sideline for Wisconsin.
Okay, all spread, so it's going to be the 5 guys on the inside for this protection. So they're showing 5 guys rushing. Let's see what they do here. And then they bring all 5 with the stunt.
It's dropped by Geronimo Allison. If he pulls that in, he has some room to turn it up the middle and probably gets the first down.
And so what we counted as of yesterday was, what was it, 38 or 37 drops, something like that. That has been a bugaboo that they have not been able to get over.
And without Josh Ferguson today, who's out with the shoulder injury, no Marchie Murdoch, who's injured, and his 20 receptions are on the sideline. Those drops can be magnified a bit as Alex Erickson awaits the first punt of the day from Ryan Frayne. Pressure coming as Frayne gets rid of it. And Erickson's fair catch made near the 12-yard line, and the Badgers are going to start inside their own 15. First offensive possession after the 43-yard punt. So now this Wisconsin team banged up as well at running back. Neither team deep at the running back spot. Taiwan Deal not here. Corey Clement not here. So Dare Ogunbowale and Joel Stave are going to have to do it. You see Brett Bazadeh, Northwestern, the last time that they had 3 straight, anybody had 3 straight 300-yard days in the Big Ten.
20 years ago. That surprises me. 05, sorry. Yeah. I had my shoes on, got me confused.
From the 13-yard line, first down, Stave over the middle, and he throws it behind Fumagalli. It'll be 2nd down. And let's take a look at today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players on this side of the ball.
Ogunbowale is going to have to be able to carry the load inside. You have to be able to run, and here's why. These guys right here, let me tell you something. For those of you who don't know Illinois, those are legit players. That's Smoot, that's an NFL player. Clements, NFL player. Ward on the outside, NFL player. This group can play. I put the tape on, and I was shocked the difference between last year and this year. They've really turned on.
Walker Williams in now for Micah Capoy at right guard on 2nd down. Pressure in the backfield, and there's that line that you were talking about as Rob Bain is in there to finish it off. But penetration from Chunky Clements threw that play off from the beginning.
Yeah, Clements is a 3 technique, but watch Bain, number 16. Big, powerful guy, a former wrestler. You try to single block him with his type of power, he's going to beat you every time. I cannot tell you how impressed I was watching this front 4. Bain is right in the middle of the 2. He's the bane of a lot of those guys' existence.
I thought you and Bain were going to get into it yesterday.
Oh, he's an old wrestler. You got to offend him right away.
3rd and 13 back at the 10-yard line.
Love that guy.
Stave Protection breaks down late, and he throws it over the middle, and it's almost intercepted by Eaton Spence. They're going to say incomplete as it hits the turf, but that pressure from Carroll Phillips forcing the throw over the middle, and the incomplete pass nearly picked off by Spence.
Oh, did I forget to mention, here comes number 6, Spence on the inside. They run a stunt. Spence takes the hard inside. War comes around. Let's see if this ball, oh, it dropped. He had a chance for an interception. You can't waste those opportunities. But this front four came to play today.
Drew Meyer will punt it away. Neither team has allowed an opening drive touchdown now in their last 9 games. And the pressure up the middle as it just gets off the foot of Drew Meyer, and an excellent punt. Flag is down as D'Angelo Bentley keeps his balance. Bentley steps over a tackle. Bentley on the sideline, and oh my goodness, is he corralled as he breaks into Wisconsin territory. Sitchy with the tackle in vigorous fashion. We'll see about the flag.
In vigorous fashion, yes, yes. Enthusiastic, might even say.
During the return, holding the return team. 10-yard penalty enforced from the end of the run. First down and 10, Illinois. Immediate timeout.
A 53-yard punt and a 16-yard return, but ooh, what a finish to this play. You're down right there. Wisconsin and Illinois, 10:48 remaining in this first quarter. With Matt Millen and Lisa Byington, I'm Kevin Kugler. Wonderful to have you with us on this cloudy but mild afternoon in Champaign. Illinois with their second offensive possession, moving into a pretty stiff breeze here this afternoon. They'll go to work from the 43-yard line of Illinois after the penalty at the end of the punt return. Blunt on first down over the middle, and it's dropped by Geronimo Allison. That's his second drop already in this first quarter as we check out today's United States Navy keys to the game. Well,
it's real simple. You got to block 47 and 58, Beagle and Schobert. So far, that's exactly what this Illinois team has done. If you can control them, they like to run a lot of stunts. They'll come from the outside inside. If you can handle them, which they didn't do right here, they'll have some success. But that time, Edwards, who had a monster game a week ago to the tune of like 16 tackles, gets his first today. Yeah, he was terrific last week in the win over Purdue. In fact, the Big Ten Freshman of the Week. And T.J. Edwards picking up where he left off. And now 3rd and 13 back at the 40-yard line. Blunt on 3rd down. Pressure up the middle, and Lunt has to throw it short and incomplete. He was looking for Kane. Nobody was open downfield, and Illinois comes up empty. They'll have to punt it away. Yeah, Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator for Wisconsin, does some good things. One of the things he knows is he's got to be able to create a rush up inside. You want to get up in Lunt's face right away. The guy who he has who can do it is Schobert. So they run this thing exclusively. Schobert and Beagle do a great job of gaining ground as they're coming back inside. You saw it there, and it forced him off his mark. And now we've got a little bit of movement up front. It's going to cost Illinois 5 more.
False start. Offense. Number 5. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
When you're trying to get a team to believe in themselves, you got to have that starting point. And really, it has to happen in every single game. Something's got to ignite it. Right now, these drops have kind of put a damper on this thing. They're going to have to find their way here. Erickson calling fair catch, and Erickson makes the fair catch at the 30-yard line. Well, he made that fair catch, and errant firework from the opener went off. No score in Champaign. 9:52 remaining first quarter. Wisconsin and Illinois homecoming in Champaign. Joel Stave and Wisconsin, a first down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Ogunbowale got a little block, and the flag comes flying in as Clayton Fedulum was there to
slow him up. He got to the edge and picks up a yard or two, but the flag comes in very early on that edge.
That Fedulum, number 20, you're going to hear his name quite a bit today. He's pretty active. He does a nice job of filling the lane. It's a pretty disciplined group across the front. I think the Fedulum does a nice job of reading where he has to fit and shows up in a hurry.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. Offense, number 63. 10-yard penalty. Correction, 15-yard penalty. First down.
That's Michael Dieter, the redshirt freshman, called for the personal foul.
Yeah, and that's important. Why? Because there are three. You can see him right there on the edge. He's going to go down right there on Neal. There are three redshirt freshmen. They're very young in this offensive line. This is an offensive line that has continued to grow as the season's gone on, but there's still a lot of ground to cover.
A lot of ground to cover for Wisconsin as well. 1st and 25.
Yeah.
Back at the 16-yard line. Ogunbowale has it slip through his fingers with Neal breathing down his neck. Tonight at 7:30 Eastern, it's a special encore presentation of BTN's award-winning original series, The Journey, Big Ten Football 2015. And on Wednesday at 10:30 Eastern, an all-new episode of The Journey gets an up-close look at how Illini coach Bill Cubit is changing the culture here in Champaign.
What a job he's done. I mean, this team, while fragile still, you know, they need confidence, and they've found some. Bill's done a fantastic job of trying to instill it.
2nd down and 23 at the 16. Stave protection breaking down. Joel Stave in trouble, and he's sacked. Carroll Phillips again into the backfield to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, Phillips off the edge, Smoot off the edge, and then in the inside, Jihad Ward also. So they're getting what they want. Passing situations. Here comes Smoot off the top side. And that was called a long arm, okay? And so what you do is you can push better with one arm, with your one arm extended, than you can with two.
Joel Stave did not get up after the sack from Carroll Phillips.
That is not good for Wisconsin. Stave has been, as of late, been playing lights out. And in 2 series here, he has been seeing lights because they have been after him. Like we said from the start, this defensive front, this is a fantastic defensive front.
Joel Stave will look at it one more time as we step aside for a moment. Stave still down here in Champaign. Got up, walked off the field. He's being tended to right now by the training staff on the Wisconsin sideline. 3rd and 27 is what greets Bart Houston. He will drop the throw. Pressure coming. Houston in trouble, and Houston is sacked again by Carroll Phillips. What a day Carroll Phillips is having in this first quarter as we go to Chicago for Alexa's studio update.
Hey, Kevin, Matt, look who's back. It's Jordan Howard for Indiana. The star running back who's missed the last 2 games with an ankle injury puts his team up early in East Lansing. The Hoosiers are up 7-0.
Mike, thank you very much. 2 sacks already for Carroll Phillips, his first 2 of the year. And Drew Meyer on to punt from his own end zone. D'Angelo Bentley,
returnable
at the 46 with a crease. And Bentley down to the Wisconsin 37-yard line. So the first big moment of this game coming here. Illinois sets up in great field position going into the win.
Yeah, and so now if you're Schobert, if you're Beagle, now you have to make a play. Those are the playmakers on this defense. They have Caputo on the back end who can make some plays also. But you've got to be able to get pressure up front, and then you've got to have the tight coverage on the outside.
So 1st down at the 37 of Wisconsin.
So they're showing a 2-deep look. So Lunt would like to run at this. So you have 6-on-6 up front. That's what he does.
There's Vaughn picking his way forward, and you see a little bit of patience out of the freshman Keyshawn Vaughn. Tanner McAvoy with the tackle after nearly a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, that was nice by McAvoy. So what they're doing, they're giving you a 2-deep safety look, and you're essentially matching with a fullback you're matching 6 guys against 6 defenders, so you like your chances. So the wild card then becomes McAvoy, and he comes down pretty quick and makes that play.
2nd down and 5. Play action. Quick screen out to Allison. Geronimo Allison trying to get to the edge, but Darius Hillary had that played beautifully, Matt, and he made a good, strong open field tackle.
Yeah, and that's not easy to do. Open field tackles. Hillary does a nice job. And actually, that's a heck of a catch by Allison. I mean, that was way harder than the other 2 he dropped.
So now 3rd and 5 for Illinois. The only success you've had so far has been on the ground.
He's had success throwing the football. They've dropped 2 of them, which were potential first downs. So they're spreading the field so he can see things. There it is.
One to the air. There's a catch, and there's a first down. Malik Turner to a knee at the 25. He picks up 7 and moves the chains.
So he has 2-by-2 spread. And so you can define things on the outside. So all it's just a natural rub. See how they're trying to run the inside defender, receiver rather, towards the defender, makes him go around. That opens it up. Got to tighten your coverage on that and work through it.
Lunt, swing pass to Vaughn. Vaughn down right back at the line of scrimmage. Joel Stave getting some work on the sidelines from a coaching standpoint. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. That's not going to be their problem. That offensive line, that's going to be the problem. He's going to have to start getting rid of the ball quicker, maybe throw some screens, some quick things like that, because this defensive front is gaining confidence with every snap.
They had a lot coming in.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. Lunt to the air, jump ball, and Allison makes the catch. That's a fantastic play in front of Sojourn Shelton. Geronimo Allison with a first down and a 13-yard gain.
That's a heck of a catch because Shelton was all over him. That coverage is right where you want to be. Nicely protected. The ball's where it has to be. Watch him go get it. That's really well done. Shelton, you can't beat the coverage.
Illinois on the move after the good field position to start the drive. Lunt, nobody open. Lunt trying to buy time, throws a wild one into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He came in with the long streak. That streak has ended as Sojourn Shelton ends the Illinois threat with a pick in the end zone.
And Lunt's going to go back and kick himself because he knows he shouldn't have thrown the ball. He should have thrown it out of the end zone and been done, live for another day.
Vince Beagle providing the heat from behind. Lunt throws his first interception in 170 attempts.
Yeah. He has to get rid of it. Just throw it out of the end zone. Not a big deal. Good job by Beagle to close. Ooh, that's a nice close by Beagle. And that's an ugly ball, too. And that may hit the ground, boys. You see that thing? Run that back if you can downstairs, guys. That's what. Oh yeah, guess what? That hit the ground, and they should challenge. I guess you can't challenge it, but they should look at that from upstairs.
Here's the buzz. The buzzer has sounded.
There. Yep.
And that's going to be reviewed, and that looks like it's going to go back to an Illinois ball.
If you listen real close, you can hear Wes Lunt saying,
"The ruling
so
on the field,
fast, boys."
His interception is under further review.
And Bill Cuban is saying, where's my quarterback? I need him back out here. The streak may live for Wes Lunt.
Well, it's not going to live long if he continues to do that. So he doesn't have control, and it hits. And then he gets control. And so that's what they'll rule on. So the issue will be, did he have control? Clearly no control there. And if you look at the first shot that we had, like this one right here. So no control, doesn't have it. Keep coming, doesn't have it, ball hits, incomplete pass.
That angle was just shown here at Memorial Stadium. If you are wondering why you heard a roar behind us, that is why. And Wes Lunt is now over with his offense getting ready to go back on the field.
can hear it again. They showed it again. They're feeling pretty good about themselves.
Indisputable video evidence, always the criteria to overturn a call on the field. Of course, the call on the field was an interception in the end zone.
Here I thought it was if they're listening to our broadcast, we tell them what to do. I mean, that's not what they do?
That should be the criteria, and I believe Jim Delaney will probably put that into the rules for next year. But Wes Lunt and company are going to get an opportunity again from the 12-yard line, we think.
It should be second down.
After further review, the ruling on the field is reversed. The ball hit the ground. Incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10 on the 12-yard line. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 5:45.
Yeah, they should thank our camera guys because that was a great shot. Good job by Tom Hewitt down there and Bart Fox down there to get that thing on the air in a timely fashion.
And Wisconsin fans will be sending their hate mail to Bart Fox and Tom Hewitt for overturning that.
Yes, they will.
Why'd you have to have that angle? Second down and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, they're loaded the box right now. They're daring him to throw outside.
It'll be Vaughn with the carry. Flag down as Vaughn breaks one tackle and is out of bounds at the 10. Edwards had a shot. Caputo finished him off, but that flag may push Illinois back.
Yeah, it will. That's a hold. Beagle created it, I believe.
Holding. Offense, number 39. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
You say created a hold. How as a linebacker do you create a hold?
Yeah, because you're coming so hard and you're going to disengage so fast. They just lock onto you. Oh, you can see him right here. Watch him. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he's going to try to block him. See, he took the inside. He creates the hold. So the only way for that block or attempted block to be completed is that tight end had to just grab him around the waist, which he did.
So now second down and 20 back at the 22-yard line. And remember, Illinois going into the wind. You don't want to lose field position if you're Illinois. The field goals are tough from this direction.
9-man front.
Vaughn trying to run into it. Picks his way for a few to the 19-yard line. Connor Sheehy with the tackle after the 3-yard gain.
Vaughn looks a little hesitant instead of just hitting that thing. He sees the hole. He's got to hit that, man. Like, you got to get your second gear before you get to that hole. Now, it's a combination. You have to have good patience. You have to be able to see things. He has those. It's like he's just a little hesitant right now.
Now, he's a lefty, and on that carry, he had the ball on his right arm.
And going to the right side, it shouldn't be. You want to keep it away from the defenders.
Third down and 17 at the 19-yard line. Turner, the motion man, and Wes Lunt needs to use the timeout. First timeout called by Illinois. 4:32 remaining in a scoreless first quarter. Down and 17. Lunt off of play action, gets hit, throws for the end zone, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Geronimo Allison, and it was Vince Beagle who forced him to maybe throw it a second earlier than he wanted to.
Yeah, maybe more than a second. Yeah, we said at the start, Schobert and Beagle, you're going to have to take care of. You saw him create a penalty earlier with a hard inside move. This time, he's going to come from the right side of your screen. He just ran right past the right offensive tackle there. That's number 67.
Christian DeLauro.
DeLauro. It's just a sophomore. He's actually a pretty solid player. Beagle got him.
So now here's Taylor Zaleski from 37 yards to try to give Illinois the lead, kicking into a pretty good breeze today. Zaleski's kick on its way, and that's got plenty of distance and accuracy. And Illinois grabs the early lead, 3-0 over Wisconsin. 4:21.
Football on BTN is presented by U.S. Cellular. With U.S. Cellular, now the middle of nowhere is the middle of anywhere. U.S. Cellular. Brought to you by FanDuel, the leader in one-week fantasy football. And by Dr. Pepper and college football. It's a one-of-a-kind tradition.
Matt Millen, an unfamiliar situation for Wisconsin. It's the first time since the Alabama game to start the year that the Badgers have not scored first in a game, down 3-0.
It's also the first time since Alabama that they've played a defensive front as talented as Illinois' defensive front. Mike Fair is the defensive line coach. I believe he has made a huge difference with this defensive line. When I put the tape on from a year ago, they're disciplined. They're playing harder. They're coming off the ball. They're playing with good fundamentals.
His wife makes awesome brownies.
Did I forget to mention that?
You did not mention that. We were in the defensive line room earlier, and there were some great brownies there, and we ate them. Let's take a look at how Illinois scored on the U.S. Cellular scoring drive. They had a second life after the replay review reversed an end-zone interception, and that resulted in the 9-play, 18-yard drive and the 3-0 lead for Illinois. Zaleski having problems with the wind, keeping it on the tee. Jamerson from the 3. Jamerson. Oh, what a tackle at the 11-yard line. Special teams playing a big role early. Chris James on that stop as we go to Chicago for a Lexus studio update.
Well, Kev, we got another update from East Lansing. This is Connor Cook to R.J. Shelton. Cook is now second on the all-time Michigan State touchdown passing list. We're knotted up at 7 as the rain is starting to come down at MSU.
Well, luckily, Mike, no rain here. Matt and I specifically request dry games wherever we go.
I don't know why the others don't do that.
Either. They really should. Joel Stave back out there after the injury at the end of the last possession. That's good to see. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Badgers down 3-0. Ogunbowale with the carry, and Ogunbowale down in the arms of T.J. Neal after a pickup of 2 as we check in with Lisa Byington.
Yeah, what Joel Stave was able to do here on the sideline, just a couple of minutes of concussion protocol questions from the athletic training staff. Really the only thing that they slightly examined was the back of his neck. But quite honestly, I don't think the athletic training staff really needed much convincing that he was okay, which is the reason why he's out there right now.
They need him too, because Wisconsin's got their hands full today.
Yes, they do.
Second down and 9. Stave with a late blitz over the middle. Ogunbowale with the catch. Nice move. Ogunbowale headed into Illinois territory and caught just before midfield by Mason Monheim at the 47. A 35-yard gain.
Yeah, Monheim prevented a touchdown. And that was just right on the very shoelaces. Ogunbowale makes his cut right here. Watch Monheim use an angle to be able to come back and get him. That's a big play by Monheim. You know, what they had that time, and it's a short underneath pass for Stave, but they protected him.
Illinois brought Bentley on a late blitz, but he didn't get there in time. And a big play. Play action. Stave throws it short and incomplete. He was looking for Eric Steffes as we look at today's United States Navy keys to the game.
It's not really hard. And we've seen the results of not protecting him. But you've got to protect Stave. When Stave has time, he can see the field. He's a very good decision maker. He has been accurate. He had an errant throw a week ago, but he's, 300-yard game. He's been exactly what Paul Chryst wants him to be.
There's Dan Volz, the center who missed last week. You see that brace on the left elbow. That's what's been giving him problems.
They got their speed packaging again. Phillips is on it.
Second down. Stave throws it short, and his tight end Troy Fumagalli into Illinois territory. A 4-yard gain at the 49 of the Illini.
That sets up this third down, and this is where Wisconsin wants to be. This is very manageable. Now you can dump things off to your backs underneath. Your tight ends are in play. Anything on the outside like a slant or anything like that, any kind of condensed throw you can do. And so to combat that, how you have to play defensively for defensive coordinator Tim Davis, is you've got to tighten your coverage a little bit, take away the inside, make the long throw become a possibility.
You see 0 to 2 yards. They're one of the best in the Big Ten. 8+, one of the worst, and kind of in the mid-range here where they are right now on 3rd and 6.
Showing pressure.
Stave stands in, throws, and a first down to Alex Erickson at the 39-yard line of Illinois. A 10-yard gain, and good job of protecting Stave long enough to get that throw out.
Yeah, and so they went max protect, which is smart. And then Eaton Spence, he kind of slipped at the back end because Erickson ran a very good route. You know, it's interesting. This Erickson kid kind of reminds me a little bit of the old Seahawks receiver.
Steve Largent?
Steve Largent. He runs good routes. He runs really good routes. You don't have to be the fastest guy to get guys off balance. If you could read that, and it's kind of innate. You either have it or you don't. he can keep guys off balance, and he comes out of his breaks pretty well.
Play clock down to 5, and Wisconsin's going to have to take timeout. Taking a little extra time there with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second timeout. In this first quarter, a 3-0 lead for the Illini. 2 first downs for Wisconsin in this game. Both have come on this drive, and a 1st and 10 at the 39 of Illinois.
Nice adjustment by Paul Christ and his offensive staff. They've got a rhythm back.
Urbana-Champaign with the carry. Nice cutback, and he gets good yardage to the 35 as we go right back to Chicago in another Lexus Studio update.
Cav Penn State as the interim head coach, and he said his #1 priority is stabilize the QB position. He's committed to Perry Hills. Worked early on. They just tied the game at 7.
Tell you, Mike Hall, such a frequent visitor to our early part of the broadcast. It's a pleasure to have him with us. Bart Houston is back in a quarterback. 2nd and 6 at the 35. Houston the give to Urbana-Champaign. And he drives forward to the 33, a 2-yard gain. T.J. Neal Jr. on the tackle. And no move yet from Wisconsin on the sideline. There's Joel Stave. They've taken the helmet away right now, has the athletic training staff of Wisconsin. And Joel Stave.
That's not a good sign. He's not. I don't want to read anything into it, but I've been there, done that.
They're not playing without a helmet.
I've tried that too.
3rd down and 3 at the 32. 4-man rush. Houston steps, throws, and it is caught at the 25-yard line by Alex Erickson for the 1st down. That is the first pass attempted by Bart Houston in a conference game in his career, and he moves the chains.
Yeah, he was smart. All he did was handle his protection.
Joel Stave on his way to the locker room as we reach the end of the first quarter here in Champaign. Wisconsin on the move, trailing 3-0. Homecoming Saturday as BTN is in Champaign for Wisconsin and Illinois. A key matchup in the Big Ten West. Illinois with a 3-0 lead as we start the second quarter alongside Matt Millen. Lisa Byington on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. Wisconsin moving it behind backup quarterback Bart Houston as Joel Stave has gone to the locker room. Play action. Houston floating it over the middle into traffic, and the pass is deflected away and incomplete. It was Eaton Spence who took it away from Reggie Love, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, so no great speed for Wisconsin outside. Spence knows it, so he jumps his coverage. Stays on top of it the whole time. He's in perfect position. See how he's on that top hip? Now make your break back underneath. The ball was underthrown, had a chance at a pick, but Spence defends it. Now we're back for another day.
On 2nd down and 10 at the 24. Urbana-Champaign to the right of Houston. Houston stepping up. Houston looking, and he'll just duck out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. Chunky Clements showing speed that belies the nickname Chunky, is able to trip him up after a 1-yard gain.
Hey, that guy right there, that guy is one heck of a football player. I don't know if very many people know about him. Chunky Clements a year ago was kind of an undisciplined 3 technique. 3 techniques, the guy on the outside shoulder of the guard. This year, he's a different guy. Great first 2 steps. I mean, great. He's got 300 pounds packed in that body. He's got a good motor. He's way more disciplined. This is a really good player.
Talking with co-defensive coordinator Tim Banks yesterday, he said he still fancies himself an edge guy, though, even at 290. On 3rd and 9 at the 23, Houston for the sideline. Jump ball, and is caught by Reggie Love, and a touchdown.
Awesome play by Love.
What a way to grab your first receiving touchdown. Reggie Love soaring for 6.
And phenomenal coverage. The Spence is right there, but look at the effort to get in. That's just gorgeous.
It's Robert Wheelwright. I need to correct myself. Robert Wheelwright with the dive and the catch. Wow.
I still love it. That's a phenomenal play by Wheelwright. Phenomenal. Excellent coverage. He goes and gets the ball and extends for 6. Great play.
Gaglianone on for the extra point. It is good, and Robert Wheelwright with his 4th touchdown catch of the year, and Wheelwright gives the Badgers the 7-3 lead. Well, that was an impressive answer for Wisconsin behind backup quarterback Bart Houston.
Yeah, and Houston bought time with his feet. See how he gained a little bit, stepped up in the pocket, rolled to the right, and that ball was the only place it could be. Hokey smokes, we got a ball game, boys. I love that play. That's a great play by Wheelwright. Just watch him. So he gets the pressure from the inside, finds his way, finds his throwing lane, and puts it in the only spot Wheelwright can get it. The coverage by Spence was right there. But that's a great effort.
And how about Bart Houston? 2nd touchdown pass of the year, and that one to Robert Wheelwright to give Wisconsin the lead. Russell will kick it off.
Little Jack Russell. I like that name.
Back deep is D'Angelo Bentley. Now Illinois needs to find an answer as Wisconsin has come up with the touchdown. And the ball off the tee once more. That wind creating problems for the kickoff guys today. And the U.S. Cellular scoring drive for Wisconsin. And an 11-play, 89-yard drive took 5:12 off the clock. That is impressive against that Illinois defense with your backup quarterback coming in.
And most importantly, the adaptation by Paul Christo's offensive staff. Shorter throws, better protection. That's a mistake. You never let the ball hit that ground.
Caleb Day up the sideline as we go to Chicago. Check in with Mike Hall on another Lexus studio update.
Well, it's an 11-game winning streak for the Spartans, and they're trying to make it 12. They just took the lead back as Delton Williams finds the end zone there early in the 2nd. Spartans by 7.
There's a lot going on in these early games today in the Big Ten Conference. These early parts of the middle games.
Well, now's the time. Now's the time of year you get to that meat of the schedule, and it's fun football. Teams have defined themselves right now.
From the 17-yard line, Wes Lunt and Illinois down for the first time. Lunt to the air, threw it behind Malik Turner, and we check in downstairs once more with Lisa Vines.
Well, as we know, Kevin, this Illinois offense all year long has been without receiver Mike Dudek, and he confirmed to me, as well as Bill Cubitt today, that they will apply for a medical red shirt, so Dudek's season will be done. He says the recovery process, the rehab process has been great. He can do everything, cutting, route running. He says, I actually feel faster. My leg does fatigue a little bit, but he did confirm again that he will redshirt after that ACL tear during the spring.
And that's a terrific little player, that Dudek. He's quicker than a hiccup. He's good.
Oh, speaking of good, nice play in the backfield by Jack Sitchie, knifing in to make the tackle behind the line, and now 4th down.
Yeah, I didn't like that play call, but that's what they have. That's what they have, and so that's what they went with. You can't go to the air all the time. Vaughn's going to have to he's going to have to hit that hole quicker. He's just a little too hesitant.
Alex Erickson back. Ryan Frayne to punt it away.
Alex Erickson, Wisconsin.
Nice punt. Erickson watching that one go out of bounds. Wisconsin, decent field position, going back to work with a 7-3 lead. They'll start at the 33-yard line. Quarterback now for the Badgers. McAvoy on his first carry takes it 4 yards to the 37.
McAvoy will always, when he comes in, it's a changeup, and so defensively you're thinking right away it's a run inside, and then the next step for this Wisconsin offense with McAvoy is for him to make a throw. At one point he's going to do that.
2nd down and 6 at the 37. The motion man. Houston Back in at quarterback now, throwing on the run, and Wheelwright on the sideline with the catch at the Illinois 47-yard line. 16-yard pickup and a Badger first down.
I like the way they're calling this football game. This is a nice job. You can see he's going to make the catch, get the foot in bounds. He's good. But they're moving. They're getting up the quarterback, moving the spot. So you're not in the same spot all the time, sitting in the same place. And so that disrupts a little bit of what you do in terms of rushing the passer.
Houston off the play fake. Fumagalli trying to cut it back, and Fumagalli down at the 42-yard line, 5-yard gain.
So he puts McGrew, 45, the left defensive end. You put him in the spot right there. And Fumagalli just jumps underneath, and you roll the quarterback out. Now, he's unprotected, but you have the advantage of the flow going the other way, and you're out on your own. So it's just a quick throw, and it sets up this second down. That's excellent play calling.
Wheelwright and Erickson, the receivers, to the bottom of the screen. Second down and 5. Ogunbowale, a little crease, and he's got the first down. Just shy of the 35-yard line. Fedulum and Bentley on the stop. BTN has you covered all week long as we get you up to speed on all things Big Ten and college football. First at 6 Eastern. Join the conversation on BTN Live. Then we cover the entire football landscape on Big Ten football and beyond weeknights on BTN and BTN to go. At the 35-yard line, first down. Houston on the roll, throws it short and incomplete off the fingertips of Eric Steffes. Coverage out there from Mason Monheim, and it's second down.
Yeah, Bentley read that quickly. Monheim covered for him. Bentley he got the pressure on Houston, and he dumped it underneath. And of course, he's going to set up this third down. This is, I'm sorry, second down, second and long. And so the long yardage is where Illinois wants to get him. They want to be able to tee off on that quarterback. And so what Wisconsin's done, Paul Chris has done a nice job of moving that quarterback, not having him sit in the same spot. So he's giving them some dash, some rollouts, all that's really good stuff.
On second and 10. Houston, good protection. Nice catch by Ogunbowale. Trying to reverse field, slipping 3 tackles, and finally down near the 21-yard line. Fedulum able to finally grab the shifty tailback for the Badgers.
Yeah, and they caught him in a zone, and in every zone there are holes. And Ogunbowale does a nice job of sitting down right in the hole, right in the middle of that zone. Fedulum does a nice job of coming back and making that play. He missed him on the front end, came around and make that tackle on the back end. Good patience by this Wisconsin offense.
At the 21. Ogunbowale. Big hit as a flag comes flying in. Fedulum with the tackle at the 20-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain, and the flag thrown right at the feet of the offensive line.
I like that Fedulum. He's got a little bit of sniper.
Holding. Offense. Number 70. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Dan Volz called for the hold.
Yeah, so Fedulum, it's his job as a safety. You are the last line of defense. But you have run responsibility in their front 7. And you have to read, run pass first, and then decipher where the hole's going to be. Now watch Fedulum come from the inside out. You're going to watch him right there. He shows up and runs right through it. That's a nice job by Fedulum. Good angle.
At the 31, first down and 20. Houston back to the air. The catch is made by the fullback Derek Watt, and Watt banged out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line, where it'll bring up a second down.
I can't tell you how good a coaching job that Paul Chris has done with this team. These quarterbacks, all of them, are patient. They're taking what's given to them. They know their weaknesses. They don't have great speed down the field. Now you're in a red zone, so the only way to use any kind of speed is across the field. But they're just taking exactly what's been given in the zones, and it sets up another second down and 8 here.
Houston, the slant, the catch by Wheelwright down to the 11-yard line.
That's a nice throw. It's a nice throw on good coverage. And you can't beat the coverage these guys are getting right now. Houston put that ball in a tiny window.
Bart Houston's done some nice things.
He looks good. He looks really good.
His first Big Ten passes thrown and completed in this game. He's got non-conference games, but not a conference game until today. 1st and 10 at the 11. Ingold bangs off a tackler and a fumble. Ball is out. Ingold coughed it up. Illinois thinks they've got it at the 9-yard line.
That's a 5 points of pressure. Got to have them all.
Bart Houston says Wisconsin recovers, and they do. At the bottom of the pile, it was Bo Benshaw, the freshman right tackle, who was able to get a hand on it and save the day for the Badgers.
Yeah, watch his. See how the ball comes up, and he has. See, it got away from his body, and it was punched down. He had the 6 points with the other hand on it, but once it comes away from your body, you push that thing through, and it's out.
Big break for Wisconsin. Can they take advantage? 2nd and 8 at the 9. Houston to the air, and it is down at about the 3-yard line. Alex Erickson on the stop, or on the catch rather, at the 3.
Okay, so now, it's 3rd and goal. So now you've got to tighten your coverage. You've got to be careful with picks, especially down here. And you also have to play the run game. So play action is a big deal. When they play action right at you, that's the toughest read in goal line area. Let's see what Paul Chris does.
3rd down and 2 from the 3.
Stack down here on the bottom. That usually up to come into a trip, so that's usually setting up for a pick.
Houston on the roll, throwing, and it's raked away from
play.
Eric Finney. Just ripped right out of his hands. Erickson had a shot at it, and Finney able to rake his hands across Erickson's and knock it away.
Yeah, watch Finney close. That is really well done. With the opposite hand to the top side. Yeah, because Erickson ran a decent route. But Finney closed exceptionally well.
Gaglianone on for a short field goal try. 21-yard try for the sophomore. And the kick is good. So Illinois gets the hold on the play from Eric Finney, but Gaglianone with the field goal makes it 10-3 Badgers. Well, there was an illegal formation that was called on Wisconsin, so take the field goal off the board for the moment. And Gaglianone will try again, this time from 26 yards. And the kick is still good. So the illegal formation does not matter for Rafael Gaglianone as he gets the field goal to make it 10-3 Badgers. Bart Houston doing the job. 8 for 11, 92 yards and a touchdown. Offensive coordinator Joe Rudolph and head coach Paul Christ have to be very pleased with what they've seen from Houston on in relief of Joel Stave.
Yeah, but I'm impressed with how they've adapted right away to the pass rush of Illinois. And so they've gone with dash, which is that half rolled out. They've gone with boots, which is all roll out. And they varied it. There's a lot of underneath stuff, a lot of zones that they're throwing underneath. It's just good, smart football by Paul Christ and his staff.
Short kickoff by Russell. Caleb Day near the 20-yard line and down at the 23 as we check in for an update on Joel Stave with Lisa Byington.
Yeah, Wisconsin is not making an official comment on his status yet. I was able to actually go back to the locker room area. Was not allowed inside the locker room, obviously, but I know Joel Stave was being tended to by the athletic training staff. I did get one visual on him. The door was open. He did take both of his shoes and threw them against the locker. So even though they have not made an official comment on his status, guys, if that's not a sign that he may be done for the day, I don't know what is.
Well, it must mean he's really mad at his shoes. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Bart Houston doing his job with Wisconsin. Now it's up to Wes Lunt and this Illinois offense to try to answer. See the total yardage starting to tilt very favorably for the visitors from Madison. in trouble. Slings it and completes it. Down the sideline goes Desmond Kane, 8 yards on the first down play.
That's an effortless little flick of the wrist. That wasn't a big old windup. He just flicked that thing. It was right on the money.
Second down and 2.
See, they're stacking off of both sides. That's to get the defenders backed off.
Pressure coming. Finds Kane again for the first down, and Desmond Kane down at the 38-yard line. Derek Tyndall on the tackle. And our United States Marine Corps leader of the day is Illinois Senator Joe Spencer. He's a finance major with a 3.58 GPA, nominated for the Werfel Trophy and president of the Illinois Uplifting Athletes Chapter. Lunt with the pump, nobody open. Now airing it deep. He's got a man down there. It's Turner who adjusts and makes the catch at the 25-yard line.
Turner had his guy beat. I mean, beat bad. But Lunt couldn't get everything into it. And so he just threw it as far as he could without really stepping into it. Then he has to come back to make this throw, but that's a nice adjustment to make that catch.
Now 1st and 10 at the 25. Vaughn working up the middle, and Keyshawn Vaughn picks up 4 to the 21. For Wes Lunt, airing it deep, gets a big play there, but you see the passing numbers, and it makes sense. The shorter the pass, the better completion percentage.
Yeah, but what's not there in the numbers is, you've had to go underneath a lot of times. Much like Wisconsin, as they pick up another first down and another accurate throw by Lunt, because they don't have great speed outside. And so you're going to have to run a lot of underneath stuff.
1st and 10 at the 13. Lunt lobbing for Allison, and it's incomplete. 4:56 to go until halftime. Illinois on the move, trying to tie this one up.
We talked about having to make sure you protect between Schobert and Beagle, and so the answer to that has been getting rid of the ball quick, which means a little shorter routes.
Vaughn with a hole. Schobert able to close on him and bring him down at the 7-yard line. Chris Orr in there to help out. Now 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, if right here, I got to throw it to the end zone. I got to get my chin. Got to get it first, but I'm throwing it into the end zone if I can.
Lunt looking that direction and just throws it away.
Yeah, he had to.
So now 4th down, and Taylor Zaleski in the field goal unit will run on for Illinois.
Yeah, it didn't show up right away. That was smart. Just throw it away. I believe that's what he wanted to do the first time when he threw the pick. He just couldn't get enough on it.
That pick later reversed on the replay.
Yeah.
Zaleski on for a 25-yard try. The kick by Zaleski brings Illinois within 4. 10-6 with 4:23 remaining in the first half. Homecoming in Champaign.
By U.S. Cellular. With U.S. Cellular, now the middle of nowhere is the middle of anywhere. U.S. Cellular.
10-6 lead for the Badgers as Illinois will kick off. 4:23 left in this first half. Wisconsin behind backup quarterback Bart Houston. Came on for the injured Joel Stave early in this one. Jamerson from the 4, and Jamerson trying to find some room up the middle. Natrell Jamerson with an excellent return, just shy of the 35-yard line. Now, the question is, did he step out on the far sideline at the 4?
Really close on that sideline. Whoa. Let it go just a little bit more. See if he doesn't go. Oh, you know what? Just a little green in between. He may be right.
Boy, oh boy. See if we can slide in there.
Yeah, see, I still think there's some green in between.
He turned it into a very nice return after that close call at the 4. Houston on the roll. Erickson with the grab, and Erickson ushered out of bounds near the 45-yard line by D'Angelo Bentley.
I spoke earlier about how they're moving the quarterback around. That's smart. That eliminates the big pass rush and getting to a point. So now the other thing has to happen, and that's tighten your coverage. Tighten your coverage defensively, and you're not going to get run by. You've had nice tight coverage, but force the quarterback to throw it into small windows.
Watt and Ogunbowale behind Houston on first down at the 45-yard line. Ogunbowale in trouble in the backfield, able to slip through the tackle in the backfield.
Nice run.
And gets 3.5 yards. Next Saturday, it's another conference matchup as the Badgers host Rutgers in Madison. Coverage starts at noon Eastern next Saturday, presented by the United States Marine Corps on BTN and BTN to go.
Yeah, I don't think Ogunbowale gets as much credit as he deserves. As he's a heady little player. He's got nice patience, good vision. He's got good strength.
Can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Catches the ball well out of the back. That's a good little player.
2nd and 7. As we mentioned that, there is the catch out of the backfield and a nice little run after catch showing some elusiveness despite all the traffic out there, and he's 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, he's money. He's dependable. If he's going to be where he has to be all the time. He's good in protections. He steps up. He takes people on. He's good in the pass game. That's a good little player. That little Ogunbowale, I like him.
And he's had to step up with the injuries to Taiwan Deal and of course Corey Clement. The injury early in this game, in this season.
Big third down. Tighten your coverage and get after it up front. See what happens. Now he went man up top.
Ingold with the carry and the hole and the first down. 39-yard line is where Clayton Fedulum trips him up. But a big run for Alec Ingold on 3rd and short.
Yeah, well, you're going to have any kind of success. It's all going to come inside here. It starts with Volts right here in the center. And that's, you have to get the blocks. You got Dieter 63 with a nice block. That's just well done all the way around inside. Assignment blocking, you don't have to overpower them. Just stay on them. Well done by that offensive line.
And at 55 until halftime. Ingold. And Ingold powers his way down near the 36. TJ Neal on the stop.
You said it right about Ingold. You said powers, and that's his game. And he's not going to run away from you. But what he's going to do is he's going to gain ground in a straight line. And he does it pretty well. He's got good patience, too. Runs behind his pads. Just a freshman. Pretty good for a linebacker.
Not bad.
Which is what he was.
Yeah, he was 4 weeks ago. 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line. Houston, the quick toss and a little bit short of Alex Erickson. Now 3rd down. Coming up at halftime, Dave and the gang will get you caught up on a busy Big Ten Saturday. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report.
Okay, so right now defensively, you know you're not going to get beat deep. You've been hitting his zones and sitting down in holes. Again, tighten things up right here. And now your pass rush, you have to take into account that he could boot. So you have to maintain your rush lanes.
3rd and 7 at the 36. Houston. Good catch by Fumagalli, and he's got the first down at the 25-yard line. They'll give him progress to the 24, a gain of 12, and a Wisconsin first down.
So if you're going to have a race between Neal, 52, and Fumagalli, Neal's going to beat him. But if you're going to run a route and you get your defender on your hip, you just keep him there, you use your body, and Fumagalli did it perfectly, but the ball was right on the money.
At the 24, Houston over the middle. Fumagalli is there again. Look at him dragging tacklers down near the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Wisconsin.
Hey, I like this Houston kid. He's not afraid to look inside. When you start throwing the ball in the middle of the field against your linebackers and safeties, it starts to open up your outside because they don't want to let anything happen underneath.
Wisconsin uses the timeout. They have one remaining. Quick timeout for us as well. Back 42 seconds remaining in the first half. Wisconsin 10, Illinois 6. One timeout remaining for Wisconsin. They're in great shape right now, a 10-6 lead, trying to add to it here as they settle down inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, so if I'm calling the plays, this first one I'm going play action. Play action, throw it in the end zone. All these things should be thrown in the end zone, but I want to try to take advantage of them pursuing me first on this first down.
Erickson in motion, stopping near Wheelwright. Pressure coming. Houston steps, throws. Wheelwright drops it in the end zone. It hit him right in the hands. That was a sure 6, and he couldn't pull it in.
Houston's right on the money. Under pressure, coming off the edge. An unblocked guy. He feels it, but watch him step and throw. Well done. Wheelwright, he's gonna not like that when he watches that thing.
He had the acrobatic touchdown catch earlier. That one's going to frustrate him.
Now they spread it out.
Jazz Peavy, the receiver at the top of the screen.
Still have to throw into the end zone.
Erickson looking for the end zone, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Eaton Spence, who took it away from Wheelwright and takes the threat away from the Badgers.
And got his foot down. And a great job of, they were going to try to throw the back shoulder, but Spence, watch how he trails. See, and then he makes the break before Wheelwright can. Foot's down, control of the ball. That's a pick. That's a great play.
Like his heel rather, was tantalizingly close to the white line as it came down.
There's some orange in there. There's the catch. Toes in, down. Yeah. That looks like the other one we just had.
It's very, very close, yeah. That one didn't get looked at on the kickoff return. They're going to take a look at this one and confirm. He certainly has control. That's not the issue. The issue is that foot. Did the heel get on the white?
When his heel came up. Yeah. I don't see any white. I see orange. This angle's not going to help us. You're just going to see that it's down. Yeah. And this is exactly what the replay booth is saying. The most definitive one is what we saw on that first shot.
Interception, Illinois. First down and 10.
And they confirmed it.
So it has been confirmed as an interception. The Illini now have 8 interceptions as a team this season. That tops last year's season total of 7 for the Illinois defense.
It's good coverage. They've had good coverage here, but the quarterback, Houston has been on the money. Stave was early. And all that pressure has kind of gone away because they're getting rid of the ball quicker.
Houston's first career interception gives it back to Illinois. Illinois with 2 timeouts, but at their own 20-yard line, down by 4. Not going to get too acrobatic here as Keyshawn Vaughn takes it about a half-yard. And Wisconsin, who won the toss and deferred, they will receive to start the second half, but they would have loved to have added points to their lead going into the locker room knowing they were going to get the ball back, but Bill Cubitt's defense stepped up.
And their defense stepped up, did Bill Cubitt, and the offensive line for Wisconsin also stepped up. Said they had to be able to handle that front 4, and their adjustments worked perfectly.
Eaton Spence saving the day for the moment for Illinois with the interception in the end zone. Wisconsin's lead at halftime is 4.
Brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Find your agent at AutoOwners.com. And by TireRack.com, the official tire and wheel experts of the Big Ten Conference.
10-6 lead for Wisconsin. Has Badger fans feeling good right now as we get close to starting this second half here in Champaign. It is homecoming here in Memorial Stadium in Illinois. Illini down by 4 as we check in with Lisa Bynes.
Well, Kevin, I have gotten confirmation from Wisconsin that Joel Stave is indeed out for this game with a head injury. So I asked Paul Chris what's the next step here in the second half. He didn't confirm that he would even use McAvoy a little bit more in the second half. He said, hey, we're not going to change what we do. And in addressing the Houston interception at the end of the half, he said the coverage switch, he should have gone the other way, and he really just kind of misread that. It was interesting, though, when I asked Bill Cubitt, does your defensive strategy switch with the quarterback change for Wisconsin? And he said, really? Houston has been playing great. He's been more mobile than Stave, and he's gotten to the perimeter. So that has actually posed a different challenge for us here in this game.
Oh, Matt, you mentioned that, how they've used Houston, getting him to the edge, getting him out of the pocket, and it's thwarted a little bit of that Illinois rush from the front 4.
Yeah, and to me, that's good coaching. And so that's the first thing I saw and noticed, and that's Paul Chris. And Paul Chris is a really good football coach. He's one of those guys. He's just doesn't make a big deal out of it. He goes, oh, okay, we're getting hammered inside. Let's move him outside a little bit. All right, let's go a little dash. Let's go a little boot. I mean, he's just loves his players. I can't say enough about. I think he's an outstanding coach.
Ready to go as we get this second half underway. Illinois kicking into the wind. Natrell Jamerson awaiting the chance to return. That wind posing a problem as that kickoff short to the 10-yard line. Jamerson to the 20, and an excellent play dropping him at the 21-yard line as we check out our first half stats. And the total yardage for Wisconsin, a pretty significant edge there. They're also staying on the field more on third down.
Yeah, and so you can see the time of possession, the total yards, the first downs. That, to me, this is the most telling one. It's the first downs. They're able to sustain, and that's what Illinois has not been able to do. And that's why I'm anxious to see what they're going to do right now defensively to handle what Houston's done with his movement.
Wheel right motioning top of the screen. Now Erickson in motion, and Erickson gets the carry. Erickson with a Fumagalli block has the first down out near the 34-yard line. A 13-yard gain. Clayton Fedulum on the tackle.
Yeah, Fedulum, if he doesn't make that play, he's still running. That's a nice job of Fedulum coming through and then using his speed to be able to get there. A heady player at Fedulum.
Longest run of the game for either team, that run for Erickson.
Still have to hold the edge defensively.
First down from the 34. Ogunbowale with the carry. Trying to cut back, and he dives forward to the 42. Clayton Fedulum, first guy to hit it.
So they come out with 2 tight ends, single back. And we used to call that dot formation. And so what they're doing is they're just reading the numbers that are in the box, and they're going to go to the lesser side. And it's just simple math at the line of scrimmage. Houston's running it well. They're getting to the edge. You have to defend the edge.
Second down and 3. Ogunbowale again. And nowhere to go this time. Illinois swarming with Jihad Ward leading the way for Illinois.
Yeah, Jihad Ward ends up getting in on that, but Bain on the inside is the one who made that play. So you can't run this defense if you don't have a good nose and a 3 technique. And you can take a good look at what it looks like today through 7 games. Only 48 yards rushing, which is, you're not going to the bank with that.
Not Wisconsin-like, and you see the fewest rushing yardage over the course of a season, at least to this point. Wisconsin not relying on the run as much as they have in years past.
Third right.
3.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the bottom of the screen down here.
Houston looking that direction, and it's Erickson who can't pull it in. Eaton Spence, who had the interception in the end zone, able to break that one up, but it's 4th down.
Yeah, Spence, I think, got his hand in there and knocked it out. That's a good defense. But what you want to watch right here, see if he doesn't just drop this thing. Yeah, it was a combination of both. Spence did get his hand in there. But you see when they stack those guys down below, they're looking for your defenders to have to back off, and you have to. And so there's always a little bit of space in between, and short yardage, that's where they're going.
D'Angelo Bentley backing up and fielding it from the 3-yard line.
Ooh.
Bentley in some trouble, and he's tripped up near the 10.
Yeah, that's a mistake. Look, as a punt returner, you stick your feet on the 10-yard line. If it goes over your head, you forget about it. You live with what happens behind you. But don't do that.
55-yard punt. Darius Hillary on the stop, and now Illinois to work for the first time in the second half. Trailing by 4. Didn't see a whole lot of Keyshawn Vaughn, as Paul Chryst not happy on the sideline.
Yeah, the whole staff's not very excited about something. The officials tell him to get back in his box.
On the tailback on first down. Quick toss to Geronimo Allison. And Allison with Shelton hanging on around his ankle down near the 18-yard line. Now, Paul Chryst and the coaching staff were upset. They thought a fair catch had been called.
Yeah, and so anytime that movement, anytime you see that movement, if I'm running down there to tackle him, I'm saying that's a fair catch. If I'm the guy receiving it, I'm telling people to stay away. And so it's interpretation, and it's by the officials, and so usually they want it over your head and a clear sign.
2nd and 3 at the 17 as Vaughn gets the carry, trying to fight forward and gets a yard and a half. He'll be short of the first down. Chikwe Obasi on the tackle for Wisconsin, and it's 3rd down. Now, the official on that fair catch or not fair catch is behind Bentley on that play, and it's low chest high.
Yes.
Didn't make a big demonstrative motion, so Paul Chryst is going to have a great view of it, but that official is not.
Yeah, just like we're going to have a great view of what they're going to do here on this 3rd down. They've got to sustain 3rd downs here.
We saw in those first half stats that was something Illinois was not able to do with any amount of consistency.
Keep your eyes up top. You got nobody in the backfield.
Blunt looking that direction, juggled and incomplete. It was right in the hands of Zach Grant, and he couldn't pull it in.
Now, if I'm an Illinois fan, I'm not very happy right now. Drop number 4. Blunt puts the ball to make a play. Catch the stinking ball. At this level, you've got to do that. And I know they've got a lot of guys hurt, but here's your chance. Here's your opportunity to make the play.
Only one catch this year for Zach Grant. Had a chance at his 2nd, and instead, Ryan Frayne will punt to Alex Erickson. Pressure coming, almost got there. Dakota Dixon was close as Erickson, after the good punt, back to work on the return, and Erickson stopped near the 33-yard line. Timeout on the field, 50-yard punt, 10-6 Badgers. Badgers 10, Fighting Illini 6, 11-10 remaining in the 3rd, and Wisconsin with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, this is the time that defensive line has to start taking over the game. If they are that good, now's the time.
Houston to the air, the catch made by Erickson. Progress will take him near the 39-yard line before D'Angelo Bentley drove him back. Later tonight, college football is on Fox when Utah takes its perfect 6-0 record to the Coliseum to battle USC. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on Fox.
People still don't believe in Utah. I don't understand that. I don't understand how they could be an underdog in that game. They're playing good defense, and they can throw the football and run the ball. That's a good team.
Motion out from Steffes on 2nd and 2. Ingold in trouble. Ingold going nowhere. Back at the 36-yard line in the arms of T.J. Neal, but a huge push up front from Rob Bain that blew up the entire play.
Bain was the man. Number 16 right in the middle. Going to watch him here. Watch him get a great push. Working against Volch, who's a good player, but just not strong enough to handle Bain. Bain forced that thing to go back. Neal is able to clean it up. That's what I'm talking about. That defensive line, they've got to make plays. Now you're 3rd and 6. You got to get off the field.
Houston on 3rd down. Pocket holds, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Erickson over the middle. Could not find him. Jalen Dunlap on the coverage, and it's 4th down.
Well, we've seen good coverage here all day on both sides. That time, you know, he's hung in the pocket, was good protection, but this coverage down the field was pretty darn good. And whoa, that's why the coverage was so good.
You're saying that's illegal?
No, I'm not. You see a flag anywhere?
I do not see a flag.
It's not illegal.
I would imagine Badger fans are wishing they had seen a flag, thinking they should have.
They should have.
D'Angelo Bentley, another good punt. Bentley dancing out near the 15 before he's taken back. 1st and 10 at the 14 for Illinois, down by 4.
So you think it's all fair in love and war. Sometimes you need a little hand to get by in this game.
Badgers leading 10-6. Ted Karras and the Illinois offense hoping to change that. His 38th career start. The senior from Indianapolis, the 7th in his family to play Big Ten football.
It's a big, powerful man. Plays the game the way it's supposed to be played.
And out of the backfield, it's Caleb Day as the corner, and Day able to keep his balance up the sidelines. Nice run after the catch by Caleb Day out near the 29-yard line.
So the start of something, but it all starts up front. You can see Day's able to make that play, and he's sure-footed right along that sideline, stays in bounds the whole way. That's a nice job. And great awareness.
From the 30-yard line, 1st down for Illinois. Lunt off the play action. Allison leaping up to make the grab. That's a nice catch by Geronimo Allison. The 6'4" receiver needed every inch to get that one.
That was a great catch. I mean, inconsistency has been the thing for Allison, because that, you know, he dropped some earlier and he's made some great catches here today. Again, good protection up front.
Back-to-back 1st downs for Illinois. And Lunt a little wide on the attempt to Desmond Kane.
Just smart, all good smart throws, what they're trying to do. Nice job of the play calling. So what they're, you know, Wisconsin defensively, if you start taking an edge, like that time they're trying to throw away from the defender, you keep him on your inside hip, throw it away. That's just smart football.
Off play action. Lunt finds Taylor, and Taylor with a 1st down and more. Finally taken out of bounds by Sojourn Shelton at the Badger 36-yard line. But Deontay Taylor, 19 yards and a 1st down.
But I can't say enough about Lunt, because this is not supposed to be movement. But he feels it, starts to move by sometimes, and there's Taylor down the side and picks up the 1st.
1st down at the 36 of Wisconsin. See the numbers on Lunt.
Oh, nice call.
Big hole. Vaughn into the clear. And Vaughn into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown.
Caught him in a safety blitz. The blitz came right where Vaughn was running, but he cut underneath it, and there's no one down the middle of the field, and Vaughn's able to get that 36-yard touchdown.
Just the 2nd run of more than 20 yards allowed by the Badger defense in the last 6 games. This one 36 yards. And Keyshawn Vaughn gives Illinois the lead. Now Zaleski with the extra point to make it a 3-point ball game. 13-10, Illinois back on top.
You want to get some confidence?
Illinois with a 13-10 lead over Wisconsin. 7:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter as Zaleski gets ready to kick it off for the Illini. Kicking into the wind here in Champaign. Jamerson trying to find a lane. There's none there. The door closing quickly. Illinois fired up, and that touchdown got him into that fired up state. What happened on the play?
Well, what they saw was they were going to bring down a Butcher. You're going to see right here, that's Hillary. He's going to come to the outside. So in order to get a short corner, this is Beagle. His job is to try to take the inside. But I watch Austin Schmidt, number 57. He turns his back, and then he buries him. And because of that move right there, he's able to get to the open field. They're not able to get him in the back, and Vaughn has 6 quick.
All right, now if you're Wisconsin, you're playing with your backup quarterback in Bart Houston. What do you have to do here to settle things down?
Do the same thing you did in the first half. Just all you have to do is believe it.
There's Erickson. He gets the edge. Erickson got a block from Fumagalli. Erickson shoving away from Bentley. Alex Erickson, a huge play for Wisconsin. Out of bounds at the Illinois 30-yard line. Taylor Barton finally catching up with Alex Erickson.
Or you do that. Erickson put the Jets on. He got that edge. They have not been defending the edge. They had success earlier. This time Erickson takes advantage of it. And Wheelwright's down. But that's a big run and a huge play, and exactly what they've been looking for. So you get the edge to the outside. Fedulum gets blocked. Wheelwright gets his block and then gets taken under. But he still does a great job of clearing it. He'll be fine.
Robert Wheelwright, you saw on the back end of that play, it looked like Jihad Ward in an attempt to catch up to Erickson. Kind of got low and bumped into Wheelwright, who was blocking.
Yes, he was trying to make the play, and so it's a high-low. He gets off, his feet aren't caught in the ground. He's probably more scared than anything. Been there, done that. That's a great job of hustle, incidentally, right there. That's a big-time play defensively by Taylor Barton, because if he doesn't get on his horse and use the right angle, that's 6.
56 yards later, it's a first down. Trying again to the other side. Erickson breaks a tackle. Erickson again, and down near the 22-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the play. Dave and the gang will wrap things up on the final drive presented by FanDuel. That's tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, only on BTN.
They get in the film room, they're gonna have a whole new thing to talk about defending the edge. You have to maintain the edge. Absolutely. They had success earlier, and Wisconsin came right back with it. That's a nice job of play calling by Paul Chryst and Joe Rudolph.
2nd and 2 at the 22. Houston. Quick toss. Ogunbowale with a first down at the Illinois 19. D'Angelo Bentley on the tackle.
Good angle by Bentley. Not easy to get a guy in one-on-one out in open space. And the safety, the biggest thing for safeties you have to learn is the proper angles. You want to take away part of the field and make that offensive player go one way. He did that right there.
Lisa Byington letting us know from down at field level that she's gotten official confirmation Joel Stave will not return in this game. So it is Bart Houston trying to lead the Badger comeback from the 19, first down. Houston with good protection, throwing for the end zone, and it's deflected away. He was looking for Erickson. Clayton Fedulum came over, got a hand on it, and it's 2nd down.
He's played a good game, Fedulum, as has Erickson. Erickson's been money for them here, especially on this particular drive. That one was just off, just a tad. Good coverage. Fedulum gets his hand in there and sets up this 2nd down.
Robert Wheelwright has returned to the field for Wisconsin. He's back in the huddle. And now going out to the bottom of your screen.
Have to be aware of the dump-off throws underneath. These are plain zones here.
Ogunbowale trying to turn it upfield down at the 14 in the arms of Mason Monheim. 5-yard gain. And now a 3rd down and 5. Manageable distance, but a short field to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. So speed's negated for deep stuff. Crossing routes are in. Watch for stacks or anything like that, because they're going to force you to back off. You got to tighten your coverage. But now's the time, this right here, this is the time when your best players make the big plays. Let's look for somebody from that defensive line to come through.
3rd down and 5 at the 14. Houston settling. Erickson with the catch, and Erickson with a first down. First and goal, Badgers just shy of the 5. T.J. Neal on the tackle for Illinois, an 8-yard gain.
And your big player comes through, and that's been Erickson. This has been his whole drive. And so he finds the hole sitting down there in that little bit of zone. There's a little bit of space, and Houston's able to find it, and Erickson gets him off the field.
So now Alec Ingold in at running back. He's got Derek Watt in front of him in the eye. First down and goal from the 5. Ingold the carry. Got a block from Watt, and Ingold down near the 2-yard line. Second and goal. And there's an injured,
2 of them.
Badger and an injured Illini. Clayton Fedulum is down, and so is Dan Volz.
Volz just got back this week from an elbow injury. This time it looks like they're looking at his right knee.
Athletic training staff is out there. We'll take a timeout. Then for Wisconsin, Fedulum up and on the bench. Here's Dan Volz's injury.
Yeah, watch big Dan Volz. You can see him right there in number 70. He'll try to be clearing a block on Monheim on the inside, and it looks like his knee just kind of buckles. You see, he knows it right away. He goes and feels for it right away. And then right here's Fedulum. Fedulum going to take this on and actually makes a great play. Slides to the outside, but gets buckled in the middle. He's the reason that play and tackle was made. Looks like he's okay. Looks like Volz has got a little. Hopefully he's fine too.
Well, there's been so much disarray in that Wisconsin offensive line. Last week was the 5th starting combination in 7 games for that Wisconsin Badger group. And now with Volz out, Dieter shifts over to center.
Walker Williams 62 in at right guard.
And Micah Capoy at left guard. Second and goal from the 2. Ingold the carry, and Ingold bangs his way in for the touchdown, and the Badgers answer back and regain the lead.
Ingold reminds me of somebody I don't quite know who it is yet. It's an NFL guy. He's a power guy, but he's got good feet and patience. He sees things pretty well, but around the goal line, he's money.
Alec Ingold, 3rd rushing touchdown in the last 2 weeks, capping an impressive answer drive for the Badgers. And the extra point is good to give Wisconsin the 4-point lead, 17-13. Alec Ingold is 4th rushing touchdown of the year and showing the power again.
Yeah, and you can see all the blocks. Williams, they just brought in for the right guard with a nice pull all the way around. Steffels does a nice job all the way through. It's just Austin Ramish right there, number 20. And then it's just pure power.
Little kick celebration.
We got to work on that yet.
For Alec Ingold. Let's check it in Chicago. Alexis, studio update.
Gentlemen, another update from Baltimore. Maryland takes the lead. This is Brandon Ross running, and the Terps have been running. They're winning the rushing battle 202-7, and they're now up by 3.
Wow. Big surprises there. Maryland and Penn State in Baltimore today.
Penn State can't defend a running quarterback to save their lives. And that's coaching. You better have a plan for that. That comes down to assignment football.
Ready to kick it off. And the wind blows it off the tee once more. We've seen that plenty today. This wind gusting at the back right now of Wisconsin in this 3rd quarter. Doesn't appear to have affected much other than the kickoffs today. We've seen it affect those plenty.
Although you and I, when we were watching the trying field goal attempts prior to the game, you could see clearly on the left side of your screen the wind is coming through at an angle. Once it hit the goal line, it just kind of died every time.
Russell will kick off. The injury to Andrew Endicott taking him out a week ago. Good kickoff. A yard deep. Little hesitation. Bentley brings it out anyway. And D'Angelo Bentley out to the 22-yard line before he's driven back. So Illinois had the lead, loses the lead after the 86-yard drive by the Badgers. Wes Lunt and company going back to work. What do you expect to see?
Same as we just saw before. They're going to have to rely on a big play someplace. They don't really have the speed to hit it down the field, but on those crossing routes, I think he's effective. The biggest thing is they have to be able to protect Lunt. If they do that, they can hang on to the ball.
Well, that's a key.
4 drops so far.
So we'll see what happens as Illinois goes back to work here. Down by 4. Wes Lunt, 170 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And a little bit of movement. Going to cost Illinois 5.
False start. Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. First down.
First and 15. Lunt after the penalty. A little deeper hole to dig out of here for Illinois.
Got man down here on the bottom. That's where he's going.
Looking for Allison, and Allison well defended by Darius Hillary.
Yeah. When he's gone, when he's had that man look down below, he's like that back shoulder. He throws it pretty well.
Second down and 15 now for Illinois. Motion across from Kane. Lunt over the middle. There's Allison with the catch. And Allison within a yard of a first down as we check in Chicago. Another Lexus Studio update.
And another score in East Lansing. It's a shootout right now. Look at the laser from Connor Cook to Josiah Price. 13 yards. Sparty's back up by 8.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Here a 3rd down and 1 for Illinois.
They got, look at this. Look at all these guys here. One guy outside. You got 10 men around the line of scrimmage if they're going to try to run it.
And they are with Keyshawn Vaughn, and not surprisingly, with all those men around the line of scrimmage, nowhere for Vaughn to go.
Yeah,
It's 4th down and 1, and there's been a little hesitation here. Now the punt team is going to come on.
There was no movement in that offensive line. That's a good job of that defensive front. But that's tough. That's a tough sledding up there against that defense. You stack that deck. You need that running back. He's got to bring an extra pop with him. That didn't happen.
Alex Erickson played a big role in that last drive with a couple of big runs. Awaiting the punt from Ryan Frayne. Short, wobbly punt. Bounces at the 36-yard line and goes out of bounds. Let's check in downstairs with Lisa Byington.
Kevin, the injuries continue for Wisconsin. Center Dan Volt's out of the game. Wisconsin is calling it a right leg injury, but they were tending to his knee. He does have ice on his knee right now. And also wide receiver Robert Wheelwright out with a lower left leg injury. That injury happening on that long Alex Erickson run. He got hit from behind. He is also done for the Badgers.
Well, and I don't like what you're seeing right there. That's the athletic training staff with a crutch they are working on.
Iced him up already.
Wisconsin losing Joel Stave early. Bart Houston has acquitted himself admirably so far. This is McAvoy, and McAvoy maybe a yard to the 36. Not much going on there for McAvoy.
One day he's going to throw it. And everybody's going to go, he threw it.
See the dominance starting to mount for Wisconsin on the ground. Of course, the bulk of those second half rushing yards coming on 2 Alex Erickson runs. We know McAvoy can throw it. He threw for over 700 yards a year ago playing quarterback, so it wouldn't be a huge shock to see it. On 2nd and 9, now McAvoy on the receiving end from Houston, and McAvoy's got the first down to the 47, an 11-yard gain. Fedulum on the tackle.
Yeah, that's nicely done by Houston. He's reading his coverage pretty well. He walked up on him to get a jam, and then right to the inside, and he's dead on, right where the ball had to be. Good throw.
17-13 Badgers. They'd be more than happy to run 6 or 7 minutes off the clock, get into the 4th quarter with a lead, and put some more points on the board.
Absolutely.
We saw it plenty last week against Purdue. A lot of dominance in the time of possession. Houston in trouble, and he's sacked. That play took a little while to develop, but Rob Bain ended up on top of Bart Houston.
There's our guy, a big old wrestler in there, old Rob Bain, who's played a really good game in here today. Watch him, number 16. It's a power guy. It's a power guy who has some get off, and he's just going to run right past the center Dieter. And that's just a power move. You got to the edge. It's a big play for them.
What did you threaten to do to him yesterday? Outside
sweep him. Yeah, he laughed at me like it was what. Yeah.
He was one of the top heavyweight wrestlers in the state of Illinois as a high schooler. He was not at all intimidated by Matt Millen's threat.
Yeah, not at all.
2nd and 18. Houston, Ogunbowale, Fedulum driving on him quickly and makes the stop at the 45-yard line, a 6-yard gain. But obviously whatever playing Clayton Fedulum earlier has gone away, because that was a good tackle.
I think his hair was in his eyes. That was about it. He's had a heck of a game here today. He has played extremely well. Sound tackler. Been Johnny on the spot a few times and made the play.
Good ball game as we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter here in Champaign. Wisconsin with the ball and a 4-point lead. We start the 4th quarter. You see Joel Stave on the sidelines in street clothes. His day ended in the 1st quarter after a sack. Was not able to stay in the game. Came back in the 1st quarter for a play or two, and then that was it. And Bart Houston has gone the rest of the way at quarterback. He faces a 3rd and 12, does Houston and the rest of this Badger offense.
Good protection.
Over the middle for Erickson, who's open, and he makes the catch at the Illinois 32-yard line. D'Angelo Bentley on the coverage, but a 23-yard strike from Bart Houston to Alex Erickson.
They have not been able to handle Erickson. And so the whole key is there's good protection. And you see the hole in the zone. So he just fills the void, and he can anticipate it because of the protection. The ball's right where it has to be. Erickson comes up with another big play. Erickson's been money here in the 2nd half.
Now, whether on the ground as a runner or through the air as a receiver, he's been the difference. The Illinois 32, 1st down. Trouble in the backfield, and immediately Chunky Clements makes a statement as Ogunbowale got the handoff. Clements was right in his face.
Yeah, the objective of a 3 technique, which is what he is penetration. Your first 2 steps have to be very good, and that's what Clements is. And so he just worked it to perfection and sets up this 2nd and about 13 or so.
Into the wind goes Wisconsin in his 4th quarter. That's important if you start thinking about where they need to be field goal range-wise.
That's Erickson down below. He's been the man.
Houston, and he finds the tight end, Troy Fumagalli, at the 25-yard line. Fedulum with his 14th tackle, 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Fedulum's had a busy day, and Fumagalli's had a nice day here, too. They've been, Houston's not been afraid to throw the ball inside, which I really like. I think that opens up an offense. And he's been money inside with Fumagalli, and then also Erickson has been getting the big plays.
5 catches for 52 yards for the tight end.
That's good play calling by Paul Chryst.
3rd down and 3. That's Erickson in motion. Houston with a flag down, finds Erickson, who's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. It's a first down as a result of the play. There was also some movement on the defensive line for Illinois. Carroll Phillips may have gone into the neutral zone and not been able to get back.
Offside. Defense. Number 6. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Yeah, well, let's see if he gets back when it's before it's snapped. No. No, that's, and then Erickson, you know, I'm up here, I'm looking at this. You can see where they're going. I mean, they're moving. Anytime Erickson's having any kind of movement and he gets in a stacked position, you got to jump him, because that's the guy. They're going to get it to him.
Watt and Ogunbowale in the eye behind Houston. First down at the Illinois 20. Ogunbowale with blockers in front, trying to reverse his field, and he swims down near the 16-yard line. He had players all around him trying to swipe him out of his way. And it's second down and 6. One of 2 backs in the Big Ten with 450 yards rushing and 150 receiving. Jordan Canzeri of Iowa the other one. Second and 6 as Ingold comes in now. Ingold the carry. And Ingold lunges to the 14, 2-yard gain. Crawford on the tackle.
And yet another key third down. And so Erickson has been the guy that they've motioned and they've put in a position to make the play. Third and very manageable. So you have to keep him in the pocket. You've got to jump your coverage.
We were watching Gaglianone in warm-ups, and they're in his range, even into the wind. You wanted to get inside the 25 to feel confident.
He's up top of that slot.
10th play of the drive, 3rd and 4 at the 14. Houston, and it is caught by Erickson, and that extra effort got him the first down. I'm not so sure he had it when he caught it, Matt, but he was able to turn and just fight enough to get the yardage.
But on top of that, great awareness. Yeah, I want you to watch this route. It's not a big route. Instead of going all the way out, he's going to come back. It's an arrow. And you come back in. And Bentley had a chance, you're right, to make that tackle and stop him short. But Erickson's been the guy here in the second half.
First and goal at the 9. Ingold the carry. And Ingold going nowhere.
Big Rob Bain in there. Clements in there. And then, of course, our guy Fedglum on the backside, and then also that Bart. That's just a group effort. But here's the deal. Okay, so as poorly as you've done here as an Illinois defense, now's the time you have to hold them to just 3. You can't give up 6. Whatever you have to do, short field, play it tight, be physical, whatever you have, jump the count, whatever you got to do.
Second and goal from the 9.
Watch Fumagalli down here in play action.
Houston, pressure comes. Houston will throw it away.
That's smart. That guy was wide open outside of the end zone. Had a nice blazer on, and he made the catch.
Does that count for any points?
I think it does for him. Like, he's going to go home. People are going to be happy for him.
It's his first incompletion after 8 consecutive completions for Houston. But now 3rd and goal at the 9. Giant play for both of these teams. For Illinois really to stay in the game at this point. They've got to hold them to a field goal try.
Find 86. 86 is going to be in the slot down the bottom of your screen. Right down here. I don't like this already.
Houston to the end zone, and there he is, Alex Erickson with the touchdown. And the Badgers get a little breathing room in Champaign, up by 10.
That's a great job. Protection number 1. To be able to hold those 4 guys from getting pressure all day. Number 2, nice job. The quarterback with a nice throw, but Erickson has been money. Have I said that enough? Let me say that one more time. Erickson has been money. You know he's getting the ball, and he gets it. Gets open,
Gaglianone on and good on the extra point. Well, when you're the leading receiver and the leading rusher, you're having a pretty good day, and that's what Alex Erickson is having right here in Champaign. Erickson in the end zone, his 9th catch, his first touchdown of the day through the air, and Bart Houston likes what he sees from the worst seat in the house. Two heroes sitting on a bench, one a likely hero and one perhaps an unlikely hero entering play today. Bart Houston taking over for the injured Joel Stave in the first quarter has relied on his teammate Alex Erickson aplenty today. 77 rushing yards for Erickson, 9 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown as the Badgers have a double-digit lead.
But even more than the numbers, you knew that he had to make a play, and he still made it. That's the impressive part.
Can Illinois find an answer with D'Angelo Bentley awaiting the kickoff? Jack Russell, the good kickoff over the head of Bentley through the end zone and the touchback. And in that end zone a moment ago, a touchdown for Wisconsin.
Okay, so first thing right here is awareness. He sees that there's going to be a blitz, which means you have to pick up coverage to the tight end, man-to-man on the outside. Erickson right here. Here's the key, okay? The key is if you stop your feet as a defender, you are D-E-A-D, dead. Watch this. See the fact that he spreads his feet and he squats. It's called squatting on a route. Erickson sees it. He's in and out of his break effortlessly because the protection's there. 6 quick. That's really well done by Erickson.
13-play, 65-yard drive capped by that touchdown. Took almost 8 minutes off the clock. And now Lunt and Illinois with a lot of work to do as Lunt has to spike that one. Nobody open. The pressure coming fast and furious from Chris Orr, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, what this Illinois team lacks right now is a playmaker. They don't really have one. Lunt, I think Lunt can get the job done pretty well. I think he's smart. I think he sees the field. He's accurate with the ball. They have no speed on that team right now. So how do you work around that? So you work around it by what you're trying to do. Try to throw a screen, try to catch them in zones, and try to find the holes in the zones.
2nd and 10. Lunt back to the air, finds Taylor. Taylor with a first down, upended just shy of the 40 by Michael Caputo. 15-yard pickup, first down for Illinois.
Protecting this offensive line from Illinois.
Sam Mays off the bench. He's the receiver to the top of the screen along with Taylor. Lunt pumps and throws, deflected, and is it intercepted by Caputo? It is not. No, it is. He picked it off the turf. It's an interception for Wisconsin. Edwards had the tip, Caputo with the pick, and Illinois gives it back to the Badgers.
Lunt was trying. He was trying to force it in there. Let's see if he has a clean pick on this thing. There's the tip. Let's see what happens. I would say that's going to be a catch. Yes, it is.
Reset. Eric Finney on the tackle. Next Saturday, it's another conference matchup as the Badgers host Rutgers in Madison. Coverage starts at noon Eastern next Saturday, presented by the United States Marine Corps on BTN and BTN to go. Not too many teams are uncomfortable with a lead. Wisconsin appears very comfortable running clock with a lead.
Yeah, especially since they forget sometimes to cover 86.
That helps. Here's Ingold trying to pick his way to the edge, and he's driven towards the sideline at the 25. But progress had been stopped, so the clock is going to continue to roll. Bain driving him towards that sideline.
Bain's had a good game here also today. Big, powerful man inside. He's played exceptionally well.
Second down and 8 for Wisconsin.
And they're trying to slow it down, run as much of the clock off as they can.
They're doing a pretty good job of that right now.
They're doing a good job.
snap. Houston able to corral it. Gets it to Ogunbowale. And not much running room that time. Back to the line of scrimmage, and it took a lot of work to get there. DeJuan Smoot, the first guy to hit him. Chunky Clements in to finish it off.
And Bain also in there. All three of those guys. This is a time of the game that you, as a defense, you don't want to be in. But this is the down now. You got to get off. You got to get off. Make a play. Here's a hot tip.
86?
Find where 86 is.
Yeah. If I'm picking that up, I'm guessing everybody else is too.
Hey, here he comes down in this bunch right down here.
He's got
the inside three.
PB and McAvoy. Now there's Erickson in motion, and a timeout is going to be utilized by Wisconsin.
Okay, that's perfect, though, what you just saw. See how they had him in motion? And Bentley is on his hip. You're just throwing it away from Bentley. It's another first down.
Quick timeout. More from Champaign in a moment.
Ball on BTN is brought to you by State Farm. It pays to double check. Talk to your agent today.
4:46 remaining in the fourth, 3rd and 7 for Wisconsin at the Illinois 24-yard line. Houston rolls right, has some room if he wants to run, instead throwing for the back of the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Clayton Fedulum as Houston tried to force it into Tanner McAvoy, and instead gives Illinois some life.
Paul Christ gave him a little bit of a hot tip on the sideline. You can't make that throw. You just can't. The 9th interception by Illinois on the season. But you cannot. You just throw this ball out of the end zone. Live for another day. That's all you have to do. Yeah, he's calling for it. Every receiver's going to call for it. But so is Fedulum. You know, that's a teaching moment right there. You saw Paul Christ on the sideline talking to him. He'll let him know in no uncertain terms, but all you did was give him a chance. You don't want to do that.
How about the day Clayton Fedulum has had?
Phenomenal game. Big time game today.
Now Illinois has to get something going here. 4:36 to go. They have all 3 timeouts.
I like this, though. They're going tight man coverage outside. Smart.
Lunt under pressure. Throwing on the run. The pass is incomplete.
Should have been, except he moved outside the pocket. There's a flag in the pocket. Probably going to be a hold. But on the outside, they had a hold of the receiver as he went past him, that double move.
Holding. Offense. Number 57. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Austin Schmidt, the left tackle. Looked like Vince Beagle was the guy he had a hold of.
Yeah. See him up top. You can see Beagle. Beagle does a nice job of slipping. That's what he did. You know what? That looked worse than it was. He had him up around the throat, which is okay. That's the old Howie Long move.
Now, if you're the linebacker whose throat he's holding, it's not as okay, correct?
No. That's part of the game.
1st and 20. Good adjustment and the catch by Malik Turner. He's got the first down, and here comes the late flag at the end of the play. Tack 15 on.
That was a nice throw by Lunt. It was a back shoulder. He knew he didn't have him. He had the coverage on top. See, watch the coverage. The coverage, he's going to stay on top of him. When you do that, you throw it behind him. It's on the receiver to be able to make the adjustment, and he does. Really well done.
And Tanner McAvoy is the guy who came in late with that hit.
Personal foul. Defense. Late hit out of bounds. Number 3. 15-yard penalty. Added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
We mentioned in the interception in the end zone that Illinois got some life. That heart's starting to beat a little faster now.
That was a great adjustment right there by Malik Turner and that back shoulder throw. Good read by Lunt, seeing that he was on top of the coverage.
On first down, 4-man pressure. The swing, and it's dropped by Keyshawn Vaughn. That's at least 6 drops today by Illinois pass receivers or potential pass receivers.
And he had some green in between. I mean, he had an opportunity to be able to pick up probably at least 5 yards of that.
Frustration from Bill Cuban. 6 drop passes today for Illinois. And at least half of those would have been first downs gained had they pulled them in.
Absolutely.
2nd and 10. Good play into the backfield. Nowhere to go for Vaughn.
Nice job by Edwards. Good read. Pull your trigger. Really well done. Coming off a big game last year. That's a nice play. Of course, it sets up this 3rd and long. And so for me, at 3.5 here to go, this is 4-down territory. Doesn't matter.
3rd down and 12 at the 48.
If you can't, just get half of it back. You don't have to take the whole thing. He's open.
But he cannot quite find Geronimo Allison. Had a step out there. With the wind at his back, the ball sailed just a little bit on Lunt, and it's 4th down.
You're still going to go for it here. Now you have to get it. See,
yeah, if you know you're going for it on 4th, on 3rd you don't have to air it out. You can get the 5-6 yards.
And you can use the whole field. You can use the middle of the field. Not a problem.
4th down and 12. Lunt going back in the same direction and the same result.
And Allison slowed down in the middle of his route. That was dead in the middle of the route. That's not smart football right there. Bill Cuban knows it. That was an opportunity I think they wasted right there, those 4 downs. And Bill Cuban is letting them know exactly that. I can't tell you enough how big a difference Bill Cuban has made with his team. He has breathed life back into it. He's given them hope. He's done a great job with this group and just believing that they can get it done. And you can see it. I mean, I could see it as soon as they came in the door. It's just a different attitude. It's hard to do, but he got it done.
1st down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Ingold. And into Illinois territory, a 4-yard gain. Let's take a look at today's Dr. Pepper play of the game. And despite what your erstwhile broadcaster told you, it's Robert Wheelwright who comes up with the touchdown catch.
Oh, no. Hold on. Our Dr. Pepper play of the game is the phenomenal catch by Wheelwright. But our player, ER, and put that little ER on that suffix, and it becomes Erickson.
Well, that's the one-of-a-kind Dr. Pepper play of the game. Robert Wheelwright with his 4th touchdown grab of the year.
I'm glad you enunciated that properly.
2nd and 6 at the 48. Ingold runs into Fedulum and is fighting through the tackle and gets extra yardage down near the 43-yard line. 1 yard short of the 1st down.
Powerful kid. Runs behind his pads. There's big Dan Volz. He'll get that thing straightened out.
You surprised that Illinois is not using timeouts here? Down 11. They had 3 of them. Still have 3 of them.
After this, I would.
It's 3rd and 1 if you use them.
I guess you know what? You're right. You should have called it earlier. Milk the clock. You get to this thing anyway.
And there's movement up front, and Chunky Clements colliding with the line. And if that's offsides on Clements, as it appears to be, it's a 1st down.
Offside. Defense with contact. Number 11. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
The nation's best play on BTN tonight. The 16th-ranked Badgers visit Lincoln to match up against the 3rd-ranked Huskers. Coverage starts at 8:30 Eastern, presented by Tachikara on BTN at BTN to go. So after the offside on Clements, it's a 1st down.
And this is a concession. They're not going to use the clock at all. I mean, the timeouts at all. So they're just letting it go. And this will run out the clock. Did that surprise me?
Ingold down near the 35-yard line. I'm really surprised by that. Now the timeouts are going to be utilized.
That's too late.
Stay tuned for the State Farm post-game report. Dave and the gang will get you caught up to a busy day in the Big Ten and preview our primetime action. That's coming up on this State Farm post-game report. So now the clock stops with 1:26 to go.
Yeah, you're going to have to stop him regardless. And so you may as well have as much time as possible on the back end. So use your timeouts early. Guy who didn't take any timeout today was Erickson, though.
Oh.
He was our player of the game. He had a fantastic game. He really did. And not to be undersold, you know, Houston had a heck of a game. Houston was given time, made a bad throw at the end of the game, but that was a job well done to come in off the bench and perform the way you did, make some key throws. And
depending on the injury to Joel Stave, see what happens over the course of the week. You hope he's all right and able to go against Rutgers next week on BTN.
He'll be fine.
Dr. Millen paging Dr. Matt Millen.
Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Millen.
Trying to punch that ball out at the end of the play as he was driven down by James Crawford, and a timeout utilized. Brings up a 3rd down. Marked the ball just inside the 40. There's Joel Stave. Went out in that first quarter, as Lisa Byington told us. He was very frustrated with the inability to go back in the game. She saw him in the locker room tossing the shoes against the locker. You know he's a competitor, didn't want to leave.
Absolutely, wants to play.
There's Bart Houston, who has come into today's game and really been impressive in relief work. 22 of 32, 232 yards. He does have the 2 interceptions, and those, of course, will stick out to Bart Houston probably more than the 2 touchdowns he's thrown.
Yeah.
But more importantly, looks like he's going to lead his team to a road win and keep them at least within shouting distance of Iowa.
But here's what I'm seeing with this Wisconsin offense team. Forget offense. This Wisconsin football team. It has taken on the personality of their head coach. It never gets down. It always just keeps on plowing forward. It's got resolve. I'm liking what I'm seeing. They don't get too excited when things are good. They don't get too excited when things are bad. They just are steady eddies all the way through. And that is Paul Christ.
DeJuan Smoot on the tackle. That was the 40th play Wisconsin has run in the second half. You want to dominate a game in the second half. 40 plays is a pretty good way to do it. Wisconsin with 24 on the board. They've been very consistent over the last few weeks. 23 points in their win at Nebraska. 24 last week against Purdue, and now 24 here on the road against Illinois.
So what I thought was one of the key things in this game was the play calling by Paul Christ. Right when Houston got in, he was working against a down 4 who was getting after the passer, so he moved the launch point. And I thought that was outstanding coaching.
Meyer will punt to Bentley. He'll sail over Bentley and takes a good turn for Wisconsin out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Officially out at the 7-yard line, where Illinois, with no timeouts and 67 seconds left in the game, goes to work down 11. If you're Illinois, you're going to be disappointed about this one. Certainly you thought at home, the way you'd been playing, had a good shot coming off a bye. But Bill Cubit's got some chances still to get this team bowl eligible.
Yeah, and he also has a chance to get some guys back healthy. Because right now, you look out there in that team, you're like, okay, where's your playmaker? There aren't any.
Well, they'd love to have Josh Ferguson back.
Absolutely.
There's a playmaker. Out with that shoulder injury the last couple of games. From the 7, first down. Lunt from the end zone. Open is Allison. There's a playmaker. Geronimo Allison down near the 38-yard line. Tanner McAvoy on the tackle after the 31-yard gain.
Rush 3. You have time to throw. They're sitting in the zone. There's going to be a hole. And he finds it right in the middle. Again, same thing. 3-man rush. Now they bring the 4th.
And that 4th creates some problems for Lunt, who throws it toward the sideline, and Deontay Taylor incomplete. Pressure coming late from Schobert, forcing Lunt out of the pocket. Badger fans happy they made the trip right now. We saw a lot of folks in Wisconsin gear around Champaign yesterday and today. Busloads of Badger fans.
Absolutely. A lot of cheese.
Never a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Second and 10. Back to the sideline. And the catch out of bounds goes Malik Turner. At the 45-yard line. It's 3 yards short of the first down. Clock stopping with 42 seconds to play.
33 for the Illini.
With good protection, looking for Turner once more, and Turner got turned a bit. And now fourth down. We talked about this right at the top of the broadcast. Why was this game important? Because the Big Ten West race, you have to try to keep within shouting distance of Iowa. You're going to give them the win?
Absolutely.
You're marking it down?
Yeah.
One note, congratulations to Pat Fitzgerald and Northwestern Bowl eligible with a win in Lincoln today over Nebraska. Good catch by Taylor, and then the ball comes out, and it's recovered by the Badgers.
Chris Orr, Johnny on the spot.
Michael Caputo knocked that ball out, and Chris Orr able to scoop it up.
Let's see if it didn't hit the ground before it got to Orr's hands. So there's the, well, they're going to have to say it's a fumble for this to be a recovery.
Right, and they have. They say it's a catch and a fumble and a recovery by Wisconsin. So the ruling on the field is catch, fumble, recovery. Watch it again.
Catch, control.
Yeah,
there's no question it's a catch, and there's no question that that's a fumble. Again, goes back to the 5 points of pressure. 5 points of pressure you have to have on the ball. Number 1, your fingers. Number 2, your palm. Number 3, your forearm. Number 4, your elbow. And number 5, the side of your body. 6, if you put your other hand on top of it.
And after the knee is taken, Wisconsin's going to walk out of here with a 6-2 record and a 3-1 mark in conference. And Paul Christ's team goes on the road and beats Illinois 24-13. That's a good win for the Wisconsin Badgers against this Illinois squad.
Yeah, and they were concerned going into this game. They knew that this Illinois team could give them some problems. That's a good, better football team after the game than it was before they started.
Let's check in downstairs with Lisa Byington.
Well, Coach Chris, you lost your starting quarterback, and then your backup, Bart Houston, and your team led you to a win. What impressed you most about the way your team responded?
I think they just kept playing, and it was far from perfect. It never really is, but guys just kept playing. I thought our special teams did a heck of a job. Certainly defense was big. You know, I thought defense was big and made enough plays, got the running game going enough, and made some plays we could win.
Another guy who was big for you is Alex Erickson. What allowed him to be so successful here today?
I think he was being himself. He's a good player, and he gave us some juice with the runs that he had, and had a couple big catches, and he's a really good football player and loves playing the game, and it was fun to see him play today.
Well, thank you for the time. Appreciate it. Kevin?
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. Paul Chris squad walks off with a road win in conference. Didn't come out completely healthy, but they come out with a win.